Well, Ezra Chiloba must leave, and I think he ought to have left 10 days ago. I think he's overstayed his welcome. Look, the Director of Legal Affairs at the IBC, Praxedis Torore, is a lawyer of many years. And having seen the avalanche of the problem that was facing IBC, decided to take flight. It cannot be explained unless it's tortoise mentality that is informing Ezra Chiloba's mind why he doesn't want to see sense and take flight. Because for a fact, much as the Supreme Court did not say in particularity that these are the individuals who hold the high responsibility, it said there was a systemic failure in the transmission, in the tallying, in the documentation. A systemic failure in the machine cannot originate on its own. It can only originate when an individual interferes with the machine or feeds wrong information with the machine. And who is the chief executive officer of the IBC? It is Ezra Chiloba. And Ezra Chiloba must take responsibility. And we have seen so far he has not given us an explanation on the 12-point memo that was read to him by his boss, a clear indicator that there is something that is hiding. On whose behalf is this hiding being taken?
And if he insists on staying, Nelson, then what?
Well, Jeff, you see, the Constitution, many people may want to mistake it to be karatasi ya kufunga njugu. This is not karatasi ya kufunga njugu. It's a people-driven manual for governing this country. And if the people have said that Ezra Chiloba must go, then Ezra Chiloba must go. He cannot resist this revolution by the people. Yes.
The demos, in your perspective, demos only lead to slowdown in business, interruption of traffic, interruption of day to day. How much would NASA continue to demonstrate?
Well, I think the demonstration must continue until such a time as there is a yield on the demands that have been made. And I think if you look at the manner in which this demonstration commenced yesterday, and I decided just to drive through the demonstration. These people were very peaceful. There was no interruption in the traffic. There was no interruption in the business until that point in time when the police deployed tear gas, until the time the police deployed police on horses, when they brought water tanks. Now, look, who are the monopoly of violence? If people are marching peacefully in the streets, then you confront them with tear gas, you confront them with water tanks, then you are the one interfering with the business, because these people have a plea that they want to present in the manner recognized by the Constitution. It cannot be said that in doing so they're interfering with business. And the business community must also take responsibility. They were the ones on the forefront of telling Right Honorable Raila Odinga, submit your dispute to the court for resolution. Now, when the dispute was submitted to the court for the resolution, and the court nullified the election of President Uhuru Kenyatta, now they're again complaining that there is a problem with the economy. I think we need to live in a country of law and order. And the moment law and order determine that issues be undertaken in a particular way, he whosoever claims to have suffered must reconsider his position. The person to reconsider his position now, it's not the individual who has made a quest for justice. It is the individuals who have denied the majority the quest for justice.
You've just mentioned the Honorable Prime Minister, and now the latest attack, or his guns are directed towards Safaricom, saying that they didn't report the various illegal activities of the KIEMS kits. Nelson, I mean, who else is he going to go for next? I mean, is this fair? Is this fair?
Well, Jeff, permit me to take the fifth on Safaricom. It happens to be my client.
Okay.
I will not be able to comment on that issue. Yes.
Nelson, very good cop out there. But Safaricom has come back and said, you know what?
Yes.
We're ready to be investigated. Bring it on. And there's a whole page on both of the major dailies of their position statement. I mean, how much more? I mean, where are we going from here, Nelson? Who's going to be next target?
Well, it looks like the targets are many, and that must confound us. If at all the entire election was bungled by almost all national, state and government machinery, including the corporate world, then there is a big concern. We need to step back and reconsider at what point did it start raining on us? Why did we drop the umbrella? I mean, did we not get the proper weather forecast? It's quite clear that for there to be peace and tranquility in this country, we ought to have truth and justice. The claim that we must always have peace must take the back burner stand and allow justice and truth to prevail fast.
And when Jubilee keeps insisting that NASA is not ready for these elections, what do you tell them?
Well, NASA has always been ready for this election. And look, Right Honorable Raila Odinga has always maintained I have these 10 million strong votes. And when you ask Jubilee, what are these numbers that you claim to have? They cannot explain. You know, the numbers is a simple mathematical exercise. You saw the grilling that they were put through in the Supreme Court. Can you explain the numbers? Some of them behaved like they don't know 1 + 1 is 2. Look, I think if you interrogate this issue very correctly, you can see Raila has the formula. It has the numbers. Those who claim to have the numbers, in actual sense, appear to have hatched eggs, but cannot explain where the chicken is.
So, if on that date, October 26, is NASA ready? Are they going to go through, or are we going to go day by day and waiting for new claims or new counterclaims, Nelson?
Well, I believe if IBC complies with the key requirements put forth by NASA, then we'll have an election. But as the Prime Minister has indicated, we're not going to have an election that will be conducted in one constituency somewhere else where Jubilee claims to have a majority. You see, under the Constitution, the election must be conducted in all 290 constituencies. The winner must have garnered at least 25% in half of the counties, so that if an individual or an institution has manipulated the electoral exercise, has manipulated the manner of transmission of the election results, has manipulated the printing of the ballot papers through Al Ghuraya, I mean, why will one want to go into such a context? And I think there will be a lot of justification if Raila says, I will not participate in this election. And let nobody mislead Kenyans. If elections are not conducted in all the 290 constituencies, there will be no election. There can be no winner in that contest. It will be an exercise that will be invalidated by the Supreme Court. Remember, Maraga told them, please, comply with the law. If you don't, you come back here, we'll do the same thing. Wembeni wule wule wule.
And we're at the same time, we're committed, or we are insistent on going through this process over and over again, even if it drags this country to a standstill?
Well, it must be understood. The main problem we have here in Kenya is because we have a constitution that is well structured. Unfortunately, those in power are the ones who voted against this constitution. I doubt if at all they ever read this constitution. And I think the constitution is a people-driven manual upon which to govern this country. Until such a time as these individuals realize that we are not slaves to them, that we have rights under the constitution, rights that cannot be taken away, rights that we need negotiate over, I think the quest for justice must continue. It is only then that we'll have tranquility. Otherwise, Jeff, you and I will make noise here, but our children will not have a good Kenya. I think we need to have a situation whereby even when we retire, even when we are gathered with our ancestors, we know that our children will say we have a good country, a country built on big pillars of truth, justice.
It's the Hot Breakfast with Jeff and Jalango.